My parents called me a worthless failure and kicked me out. "Go sleep in the gutter!" my dad yelled. They had no idea I'll run a 15 million company for my laptop. I just smiled, packed my bag, and left without a word. The night my dad told me I was a disappointment, I had 3 browser tabs open. One was a Slack thread with my head of engineering. One was a draft email to a VC firm in Austin. And one was a Forbes article that had quoted me 6 weeks earlier, which I hadn't told my parents about, which I was starting to think was a mistake. I closed the laptop before he could see the screen. Here's the thing about my parents. They're not bad people. I want to be clear about that because it's easy to tell this story and make them into villains, and that's not really what they are. They're just people who grew up with a specific idea of what a successful son looks like. And I didn't match the picture. My dad worked 31 years at the same manufacturing plant in Akron. My mom did bookkeeping for a dentist's office. They paid their bills, went to church on Sundays, took 1 vacation a year to somewhere within driving distance. They understood work that looked like work. A badge you clocked in with. A parking lot you left at 5. Me sitting in my childhood bedroom on a laptop until 2 in the morning did not look like work to them. It looked like avoidance. I'd moved back home at 24 after my first apartment situation fell apart. Told them it was temporary. That was 18 months before the night in question. In those 18 months, I had quietly built a B2B software company that helped mid-sized logistics firms manage their inventory workflows, which I understand sounds deeply boring, and it kind of is. But boring solves real problems, and real problems have budgets. We had 11 employees by then, all remote. I was running the whole thing from a desk. I'd bought at a garage sale for $40. My parents saw a 25-year-old who didn't have a real job, hadn't finished his degree, and spent most of his time in his room. My dad would make comments at dinner. Little ones at first. "You apply anywhere this week?" Then louder ones. "Your cousin Mike just made manager, you know that?" Then the night it all came apart, which started because my mom asked me to take out the trash, and I forgot because I was on a call with a client in Phoenix, and my dad came upstairs and opened my door without knocking and just looked at me and said, "What are you actually doing with your life?" I said I was working. He said, "That's not work, that's sitting." My mom was in the doorway by then. I remember she had a dish towel in her hand, and my dad said some things, and my mom didn't stop him. And the thing that stuck, the one I still hear sometimes when it's quiet, was, "You're going to be nothing." Not "you're going to amount to nothing." Just "you're going to be nothing." Whole sentence, like I was already halfway there. I packed a bag that night. Not dramatically, I didn't slam anything. I just packed a bag and called my friend, Derek in Columbus, and asked if I could crash with him for a while, and he said yeah, and I drove there at midnight, with my laptop in a duffel bag and a weird calm that probably should have worried me more than it did. Derek knew about the company. He was actually one of the first people I had told, back when it was just an idea and a domain name I'd bought for $12. He made me a sandwich when I got there and didn't ask a lot of questions, and I sat at his kitchen table until 4 in the morning finishing the email to the Austin VC firm. They funded us 4 months later. Series A. The number I'm not gonna say exactly, but it had enough zeros to make Derek actually yell out loud when I told him. My parents found out about the company because my Uncle Ray Googled me. I don't know why he Googled me. Maybe he was bored, but he found the Forbes piece and called my dad, and my dad called me for the first time in 5 months. The conversation was short. He said he didn't know. I said I know you didn't. He said he was sorry. I said okay. I meant the okay. That's not sarcasm. I just didn't have anything bigger than okay in me at that moment for him. Maybe someday I will. My mom sent a card a few weeks later, handwritten. She said she was proud of me. She said she'd always been proud of me and just didn't know how to say it right. I put it in my desk drawer, top left. I haven't thrown it away.